ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those of you in between. It is I, your host and dungeon master for the evening, Cranio Dad. After a nice long break and one hell of an emotional hangover and cliffhanger, we are back to see what this lovely band of misfits is able to do. On the other side of the intro, we will kind of give a little recap and pick up where we left off in the middle of a swamp, coming back from some weird plane with a lot of emotion, a lot of strife, a lot of pain. See you on the other side. Hello, everyone. Again, it is I, your host and Dungeon Master, Cranio Dad. With me, I have four of the five-part group of Misfortune's Glory. Why don't we go ahead and go around the screen and feel free to introduce yourself, starting with Calder.
I am the Nerdy Viking. I play Calder Svensson, the Eldritch Knight fighter of the group here, and just looking forward to getting back into some D&D after being gone for since last year.
Since last year, yeah.
So looking forward to getting this show on the road tonight.
All right, Deluge.
Yeah, hold on. Internet crapping out.
No! We'll come back to Deluge. Oddity.
Hi, I'm Miss Missouri and I am playing Oddity the Tempest Sorcerer.
Me.
Circes.
Hey everybody, I'm Wally Hobbit, and I'm playing Circes Bronzemist, the Bronze Dragonborn Paladin of Lathander.
Deluge, are you back?
Quite. Keep going.
Okay. So we'll have Deluge introduce herself in just a minute to kind of remind everybody where we were. The group had been sent off into the swamps seeking to parley with the merfolk with some children in tow. Their patron, Varus Nightbreeze, kind of helped them on their way, got them up to their house, and decided to keep the kids safe with him at the house that the party now owns. They set off on foot through some very dense, murky, humid swamps. They ran into some bullywogs and a giant crocodile whose name was Thousand Teeth. The party worked vigorously and very difficultly, were able to dispatch Thousand Teeth and started to part out the body, at which point in time Deluge came running up, who was held back with Nightbreeze with a little bit more information. And as Deluge got there, a giant purple cloud of smoke enveloped the party, taking everybody but Rogelio to a weird plane of existence. This plane was, in fact, where Oddity seems to draw some of her misfortune. Through a lot of emotion, a lot of figuring out puzzles, and a lot of lucky dice rolls, the party was able to escape an overwhelming army that was getting ready to dispatch them with one, what the heck is her name? With a chick in tow. Now,
Alexandria.
Yeah, Exandria. Exandria happens to have been the former fiance for Nightbreeze's son,
There's-
who went missing a couple years ago. But to her, it's been about a week, maybe less. They were able to free her by finding a sword that allowed them to create a portal, a rift, if you will, between that plane and this one. Returning with her, they came back in a cloud of smoke to a bewildered Rogelio, who was standing at them, looking wide-eyed, rapier and dagger drawn, ready to attack with a "What the fuck?" For the first portion of this evening, I will be playing Rogelio. So with that, that is where we will actually, to kind of tie it in a little bit more, I believe that Oddity was on the ground in tears, and Deluge was exasperated and crying and was finally able to talk and see again. Circe was weakened but starting to feel a little bit relaxed, and Calder was calm, cool, collective, and a little fucked up. Does that sound about right?
Feels like a
About-
entire party.
Yeah.
that's
Now, before we
about
go
right.
on, Deluge, would you like to introduce yourself?
I would love to now that my internet is working and Roll20 has so which was taking ages. I'm Shanalogic across all the internet and I'm playing Deluge, Marshhand, the Water Genasi, Bard, Plus. So I'm excited to do some new things. I really am. I'm so excited to show you guys what I can do. Cause super cool.
It's
And
gonna.
I can't wait for more shit to happen. It's gonna
Oh,
be
I
great.
I promise you, more shit is about to happen. For all of us joining us at home, I do want to thank you for hanging out with us. I know they do as well. I do this thing called Dissonant Whispers. You see it down in the bottom with that sweet ass pirate compass, some red numbers, and a purple word. Those red numbers are the dissonant whispers that the party has at their disposal. Those come from either things that I give them, or most notably from your donations. Every 500 bits, every sub, and every follow will grant one Dissonant Whisper. A Dissonant Whisper allows the party to use a pre-roll advantage. This means they can declare that they would like to use the Dissonant Whisper, and they will automatically have advantage on their next roll. They can also impose disadvantage on me, which means that I would have to take the lower of my two rolls to give them benefits. So you, our dear viewers, are going to help this party along the way. Just want to put that out there, and there'll be a bunch of little reminders through exclamation point Dissonant Whisper, or DW. All that being said, all of that being said, it's time for my face to disappear and for the map to appear. So, as I said, the purple smoke removes from you. Xandria is with you, though she's not on this map because I couldn't find her icon in time. You all come back. We have Oddity on the ground, weeping and gasping, emotionally distraught. We have Deluge feeling her voice beginning to come back, her sight and vision return. She feels the warmth and the murkiness of the swamp around her. Her skin begins to feel alive, and she feels tears running down her face. She wasn't even aware that she was crying. Circe is a little depressed, a little angry, and a little battle worn. And Calder is a little bit fucked up, but he's all right. He's hanging in there. At this point in time, like I said, I'll be playing Rogelio. He looks at you guys ready to attack with a "What the fuck?"
I'll kneel down to Oddity. Miss Oddity, are you all right? It appears we're back in the swamp.
I have no words.
Do you need to be healed?
I'm not feeling awesome. I could probably use
like-
a little boost.
There was a flash of light, and you fuckers disappeared. What the fuck happened? I turn away for 1 second, and you guys fucking leave me.
Well, you're really slow in your old age, so
He kind of
Kinda
holds his
figured.
back a little bit. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I know, but still."
I mean, you
Me-
didn't miss much.
Looks down
I'll,
at
Didn't
Oddity.
miss much.
Didn't miss much. Right. Sure, not much. What
I'll go
the
ahead and lay on hands 10 on Oddity while we're talking.
Okay.
Yay.
And he looks at Xander and goes, "And who the fuck is this?" I'll play Rogelio a little saltier than he would, by the way.
This is, I believe, she was
Xandria.
Nightbreeze's Nightbreeze's son's fiance or something like that. She's been missing for a couple years, and pretty
Yeah.
sure Nightbreeze will be relieved to see her.
Because, oh man, Nightbreeze is gonna be so fucking happy with this. And in that moment, need a perception check from everybody who is capable and able and willing to do so.
Okay.
Perception.
I have
That's
a 15.
What, the 6-sided dice or the 10-sided dice?
The 20.
That's an 11 for me.
That'd be a 16 for me, for Calder.
All right.
Oddity's probably in no state to roll.
What was your Shannon?
11.
11. Not high enough. So in that moment, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and play some music for our folks at home. If I can get this to work the way that it should. There we go. That's for our folks at home. One day soon, you guys will hear it too. So in that moment, Rogelio begins to sheath his weapons. You get the lay on hands going on. You look around and the purple mist begins to dissipate. There's a heavy fog in the area. You remember the warmth. You remember the balmy, murky feeling of being in the swamp. But it's uplifting versus where you've been before. Deluge is actually happier here. Oddity, you feel at peace. Not as much as you did where you just were, but you feel at peace. A little bit of a calming, like a little orb of calm is beginning to fill you. Rogelio kind of walks over and is looking at Exandria, who's completely freaking the fuck out. And she goes, I need to see Nightbreeze right away. She reaches out and touches his hand, and in a flash, they disappear.
Can that stop happening, please?
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Who disappeared? Exandria and Rogelio?
Yes.
Very good.
I'm hoping she did that on purpose. I'm really hoping, because I'm not going back in that town.
A purple mist descends. No. Something much, much worse is about to happen.
I think
In your state of bewilderment, you are actively looking around now, and I will say that Calder and Circe for sure are able to realize you're not alone. You're not alone at all. And there's a slight movement in the brush off to your south
I don't.
east or southwest.
Yeah, I don't think we're alone out here. I think.
Yeah, I'm going to turn and
should-
face that.
I think we should either start moving or get ready for something. But I'd probably say let's start moving.
To where?
Anywhere but southeast.
I think Oddity's gonna haul herself to her feet.
Well, if
And,
memory serves, we were going to see the lizard men, I believe.
Yeah, the lizard folk.
So I guess we
So
keep heading that
perhaps
way.
we should carry on.
And with that, everybody roll initiative.
I don't think the DM heard me. Ooh,
25
22.
to 20.
22, Circe.
All right, 15 to 20. Ten to 15.
10.
13.
And Oddity, what was yours?
8.
Oh man. Well, your initiative is fair, I believe. I believe it. Calder, you had 13?
Yes, 13.
And Deluge, you had 10, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. As you guys begin to collect yourselves and move, You look to where that little tiny sound came from. And you see the troll that you saw, what seems like hours or days ago, has made his way much closer to your location and is staring right at you. Tircis, you're up.
All right. How far away is this guy?
Close.
Okay, I'm going to cast a spell, and this is a bonus action. And I'm going to cast Searing Smite.
Okay. And what does Searing
And
Smite do?
It is a next time I hit the creature with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, my weapon flares with white hot intensity, and the attack deals an extra D6 fire and causes the target to ignite in flames. If he makes or she makes a con throw and fails, it'll take D6 fire. On a successful save, the spell will end.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to step forward and make 2 attacks with my halberd, or excuse me, my halberd.
Okay. You can reach him from where you are. You have reach. Oh, wait, are
Yeah,
these 10-foot
okay.
squares? I can't remember this map.
Where am I?
Oh, yeah. You could reach him with your halberd. You got reach.
Yeah. All right. I will take a swing. Does a 15 hit?
Barely. The halberd seems to scrape a couple layers of flesh off.
All right. So he needs to make a con save. What did I tell you the DC was?
Oh, that's a 19.
Okay. So the spell ends. That's convenient. But he does take 8 damage.
8?
Slashing. And then second attack is a 17.
17 hits. He's sinking in a little bit deeper this time.
And he takes 11 slashing.
So that's a total of 19?
Yeah.
All right. And the fire damage did not proc, correct?
Did not happen because he saved successfully.
All right. So you see, you like take your second swing, you see it hit, and you kind of glance, you're like, yeah, I'm feeling better about this fight already. And you look at where the halberd struck, and the skin begins to boil and stitch itself back together.
Trolls.
Rolls are great.
Yeah. Very good.
So then it is going to take one step closer to you. And it is going to attack you 3 times.
Me?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. First attack.
Bring-
It's going to try to bite you for your first attack.
Okay. I'm immune to biting,
That's
so
probably
that's-
it's 13. That's probably not going to hit.
That's a miss.
All right. Now it's going to come back with both of its claws, trying to grab you,
Sure.
slashing at you wildly. First one is a 15.
That's a miss.
The second one is a 17.
Also miss. I'm a AC 18.
Woohoo! Look at you. And with that, that is the end of his turn. We are now to Calder. Calder.
No, I didn't hear you say.
Oh, yeah.
Calder,
We're to you. We're to you.
All right, so Calder is going to pull out his axes, and he is going to step up to here, and as his action, he is going to cast green flame blade on his axe.
Okay.
So I get to make the attack roll. It's going to be that's going to be an 11.
11 misses.
All right. Then, as my bonus action, I'm going to swing my other axe. That's not going to hit either.
Okay.
Set.
All right. So you have the green flame blade on your on your bearded axe, boarding axe, and you take 2 swings, and you swing just a little bit wide. Seems like the troll's a little bit more lithe than you anticipated at first. Check one thing real fast. Yep, you guys are good for now. All right, moving along. Deluge.
Alright, I'm going to reach in my side pocket and pull out a piece of driftwood that's somewhat charred. Gonna aim it at the troll, and I'm going to cast Witch Bolt.
Go for it.
Oh, natural 20!
Nice.
So I forget, what do we do for nat 20s?
Double the dice.
Okay. So that's 14 damage.
What type of damage does Witch Bolt do?
Witch Bolt does, let's see, lightning damage.
Okay, good to know. All right, anything else?
I'm gonna do something else real fun. With my other hand, I'm going to point right next to it, and out of the murky water, you're gonna see this 10-foot long tentacle just rise up and smack the crap out.
Fuck me. All right, cool. All right, and go ahead and make that roll.
Let's see. It's an instant hit. It just
Oh, it is? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
it looks like it. And then it does 1d8 of damage.
Somebody's got some new toys.
I do! And it does 6 damage and
6?
reduces its speed by 10 feet.
Good to know. All right.
It's sort of like Magic Tentacle. Instead of Magic Missile, instant hit.
I think it's an instant hit. It doesn't say, like, it says I make a melee spell attack. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a roll plus your spell attack bonus.
Right, okay, hold on. Well, then that might not. Well, that's a 19. I think it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So,
I'll let that happen this time. You know.
All right.
I feel like I like instant hit better though.
I do too. I like it a lot.
All right, Oddity.
Oddity is going to pout. She's going to pout. So she's gonna wipe some of the tears off the back of her hand, and she's gonna stamp her foot on the ground and say, "I've had enough of this," and cast Tidal Wave. And I'm gonna burn a sorcery point to make sure that the rest of my team passes the save.
Okay.
Nice.
What's my save?
Dex save 15.
Dex of 15.
Mm-hmm.
With a +1, I'm at 14.
And that is 16,
16 damage.
19,
Oh shit. Okay.
and 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. All right.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And does he move back 10 feet or something like that?
He's not prone.
Knocked prone. All right.
Yeah.
Where's the prone one? Where's the prone one?
And
We'll use this one. Looks good.
that's it for me.
Okay. So you have a prone troll in front of you, Circe.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pound on this guy. 2 halberd attacks. Let's see here.
You have advantage because he's prone.
Yeah, I sure do, don't I? So that's a 18
18 hits.
for 13 damage slashing.
Okay.
How bad is he looking, do you think?
Oh, he's looking a little rough.
Looking a little rough? I like that. And that is a 22 for 6 damage. And I'm going to go ahead and burn a spell slot and drop an additional Divine Smite. Or an additional D8 damage, I should say, from Divine Smite.
Okay.
And so I will... That was my D8. There it is. And that is 2. And that is Radiant.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. The troll standing up.
Oh, bastard.
You see his eyes go from this inky, lifeless void of black to this vibrant charcoal red. his hands begin to shimmer. You see many of the wounds that he has begin to seal. And he
Can I make
punches. Go ahead.
I was going to say, can I make sort of a nature, intelligence, arcana check to know about fire and trolls?
You can on your turn.
Okay.
I will say that you are close enough that you notice this troll has a nice juicy amulet hanging around its neck.
Mm.
That is now glowing the same red as its eyes.
Yeah, I will call out to the party. He's healing himself as we take him down.
He heals himself a lot and then punches straight down into the ground. I need Circe and Calder to give me dexterity saving throws, please.
You got it. I have a 12, Your Honor.
That would be a dirty 20 for me.
Thanks,
All
bud.
right. So Calder is not knocked down prone nor moved, but you still take half of the damage. Circe, you are knocked prone and moved back to where you are now. I'll move you where you end up. You're right next to Deluge.
Okay.
Delusionati, you see this wave of dirt, muck, and mire explode up from the earth, pushing them back. You take half of the damage because you're far enough away that you're not affected, but the damage is a total of 18 damage.
Did my
from the
12
shockwave.
cut that in half, or do I take
No.
all of it?
You take all of it.
Okay, so 18.
What kind of damage was it?
It's what's it? The force damage.
Force
Yeah.
damage, yeah. Ouch.
Okay, all right. Now I
You're
was
not
just
gonna
seeing
do
if
it
I could do something with that. But all right, 18. I guess I'll take that.
Well, you
Is
take
that-
half.
Nine.
You take 9. Deluge takes 9, and Oddity takes 9.
All right, so. Ooh, that hurt. So. All right.
How long is the slowed? Is it for one turn?
It's he is slowed until the start of my next turn.
Okay, cool.
That freaking hurt.
Yeah. All right. Calder, you're up.
All right. So again, as my action, I'm not going to move. I'm basically going to stay there. I am going to again cast Green Flame Blade on my axe again. I'm going to swing.
What spell level is Green Flame Blade?
It's a cantrip.
All right, it's going to burn one of its legendaries, and go ahead and stop that from happening.
Legendaries.
So it's going to be
And I need a con save.
It's good to be back, isn't it, guys? We're all fun of
So-
it.
all right. So the con save is that's going to be 18 plus. So that's going to be a dirty 20.
Okay.
No, con save. So that's going to be 23.
Okay, so as you go to cast it, you look up, and for a split second, you are somewhat horrified by the voices you hear in your head, and you shake it off with total resolve. Move on with your actions.
So am I still able to cast it, or is that...
It fizzles.
All right? So I guess that's my action. So I guess my bonus action is I'll swing with my other axe.
Yeah.
And that does not hit. That's a 10.
Oof. All right. Deluge.
Alright, what I love so much about Witch Bolt is I can use my action to just automatically deal that damage that I already...
Yes.
So that's gonna be 8 damage from that.
Okay.
And then my tentacle is gonna take another whack at this. Call him Jerry. Jerry the Tentacle.
Jerry the Tentacle. All right.
Yes. Oh, Jerry's just on a roll. It's like a 24 with the +6.
Ooh, all right.
He's gonna do
Hello, Jerry.
Jerry's very touchy.
My
Feels
father's
big
name. You're
damage.
creeping me out.
how much?
Jerry
How much damage
lovingly
from
hugs
Oddity's
him
father's
for
name?
8 damage.
8 damage. Jeez. And is that what slowed him last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it slowed and prone? Or just
No,
slowed?
just slowed.
Okay.
No, Oddity proned him
Oddity proned him. That's right.
with her Thunder Wave. Or Tidal Wave.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. Oddity.
I am going to throw a second level Chaos Bolt at him.
Okay.
And that is a... what is that? That's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And that is... And 5 that is force damage, so that's 8.
8 force.
No, brain stopped working. Altogether 10 points of force damage.
10?
Yep.
Alrighty. Noted. He's back to looking rough again. He, she, they, it, whatever you want to call it.
Them.
Them. All right. Anything else, Oddity?
What is it about using cantrips as bonus actions?
No, it's still an action to cast.
Unless it's a bonus action cantrip.
Unless it's a bonus action cantrip.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shield, I think, is like a reaction cantrip.
Okay.
No, shield's a
Or
first.
shield's a
level
spell. Yeah, shield's a spell.
Yeah.
Same thing, but completely different.
I'm good.
Rules schmools.
All right. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Circe, you're up.
Okay, so you're going to see me just take a deep breath and inhale. And I'm going to blast this guy with my breath weapon. So a huge bolt of lightning is going to shoot out in a 30-foot, kind of a straight, jagged lightning bolt line right at him. And he needs to make a DC 12 dexterity save, please.
You said Dex.
Yeah.
It is a 13.
Damn. Okay, so he takes 4 damage. He takes half
Okay,
the damage.
that's fine.
And that will be my turn.
Again, you look and the pulsing, the light begins to pulsate in his eyes, and it's matching rhythmically the pulsing from the amulet, and not as much as last time, but kind of like the first time. You see some of the wounds begin to heal and close up. The blood stops oozing. The skin seems to suture itself back together.
All right.
Let me see something really quick. Does anybody speak giant?
Nah, I don't.
I might. There's
Nah.
something in the chat.
If
Not this character.
if it's common giant or draconic giant, then yes, I do.
It's a really big draconic or really big commoners?
Big ass draconic.
Okay.
Does what is giant count as? An aberration, beast, elemental, or monstrosity?
I think it's its own.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
All right. So you see the long, pointy, jagged tendril of finger point out from its left hand. It mutters something.
Man.
I hate when
And-
that happens.
A bright streak of light flashes from that pointing finger. And ends right about 20, right about here. So it goes past Circe's, between Circe's and Oddity, striking the ground behind you. And then it quickly grows and grows, and there's a low roar, and then there's a giant explosion of red, vibrant flame as Fireball is cast. So I need all of you to do me a favor and make a dexterity saving throw.
And
God.
Alright.
Are you kidding me?
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Rolled a 1.
It's
Me
gonna
too.
be a 16 for me for Calder.
Okay.
6 for me.
Okay.
Plus
And what was yours, Oddity?
4.
Okay. Let me roll some dice.
Well, this is fun.
You guys are lucky. So far, it's 3 1s.
Damn right it is.
All right.
Fuck with the Paladin of Lathander people. Morning Lord does not receive such
Super,
things kindly.
super shitty rolls in your guys' favor. A fireball. A fucking level 3 fireball.
Ooh.
Did 11 points of damage.
Wow.
I am going to, as my reaction, I am going to cast absorb elements,
Okay.
and what that does is I gain resistance to a triggering damage type until the start of my next turn. So I gain resistance to fire, and I take half of that damage. And first time I hit with a melee attack, I channel 1d6 fire damage into that attack.
Beautiful. Okay.
That's cool.
So that's what, 6 points of fire damage?
Is that
Yeah.
an Eldritch Knight thing?
That is a spell.
A spell. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm at 1 hit point. Woo! Which is not really cool.
For its second action,
Because,
because you know,
when one action's simply not enough.
well, he has 3, but he's going to hold his hand out, outstretched towards Oddity. And Oddity, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
12.
Okay, yours is higher than mine. So you feel your satchel begin to like get pulled, and you reach down and you put your hand over it to protect, like as though you're being pickpocketed. And it's the same satchel that holds all those purple vials. It was trying to draw them out.
Hmm.
And that ends its turn. Calder.
All right, so I am going to, again as my action, cast Green Flame Blade on my one bearded axe. I am going to use a Dissonant Whisper to give myself advantage.
All right.
So that's going to be. I believe that's going to be a 25 to hit.
That hits this time.
All right, so that's going to be a lot of fire damage. So basically, I get 1d8 for my regular, and then Green Flame Blade allows me to add an extra d8 of fire damage, and I get my 1d6 from my absorb elements. So that's going to be. That's going to be 21 points of fire damage.
Good to know.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to swing with my offhand axe. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Deluge.
All right. Now I'm mad. So I'm gonna drop my piece of wood, stick out both my hands, and be like, "Two can play at that game, bitch." And you're gonna see these two like balls sort of form in my hands, and they're black and they're like just globs, but they start forming spikes, so they look like these giant sea urchins. And I'm gonna lob them at this guy with an Eldritch Blast,
Nice.
and that's gonna be a natural 20.
All righty.
Nice.
So that is gonna be
3 points of damage. Noted.
Fuck you. You wish. That's 20 points of damage.
So let's see. It's been a long time since I've been able to do this. How do you want to do this?
Oh, I'm just gonna have basically the one sea urchin is gonna slam in his stomach so hard that it goes out the back. The other is just gonna like El Caban him on the head until his bladder's everywhere.
Nice. So very rapidly, these two black inky balls smack the troll all over the place and knock him down, his lifeless body falling to the ground below. You are no longer in initiative.
Fuck.
How
I was
is
gonna say-
everybody?
Yeah,
Looking around at the party.
I could use a little. Can I make a nature check on this troll to see if I know anything about it?
Sure.
I'd like to go check out that amulet on it.
Absolutely. And
I-
I'm gonna lay on hands on myself for 15 because ow.
so when you think about it, you touch yourself and give yourself 15 points of damage or 15 points of health.
Yes,
Good.
that is how that works.
That's exactly how that works.
I rolled a 19 investigation for that amulet.
All right. The amulet signifies the fact that it is basically a arcane troll. That's its power source. That's its casting source.
And I rolled a 12 on my nature check.
You learn beyond a little bit beyond what you know about trolls. You know the fact that they have keen sense of smell, the fact that they're able to regenerate. That the ones that can do what you've just seen usually are not alone.
But all right, so with the regenerate, I'm gonna can I just just cast green flame blade on my axe again and just start hacking at its limbs and neck so that way it basically sears it and makes sure it can't
Yeah.
regenerate?
So you're going to stand over top of it and smack it with your axe, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Just basically just keep
Go-
just
Go
my
ahead.
axe just in fire and so
Go ahead.
Calder, what are we doing here?
I'm making sure this thing doesn't come back to life.
Oh, all right then. Well, I'll keep an eye out on the perimeter or just around.
Yeah, I got something for you on that as soon as I deal with what Calder's doing.
So that'd be a 24 to hit.
All right, so you have no issue striking the corpse. You have is that oddity? Yep, you have oddity. Circes and you all around the troll as you strike down. A giant black ichor mass of blood and pus fly out from the troll. I need all three of you to do dex saving throws.
Not me, right?
That's a dirty 20, sir.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
That'd be a 14 for Calder.
All right. Circes is able to dodge out of the way, kind of wondering what Calder was doing. He kind of was on edge anyway. The other two of you, not quite enough, as the black acid blood of the troll hits both of you for,
God, that sucks.
oh fuck, 12 points of acid damage.
I think I have resistance to acid. Does that lessen that?
Yeah, it would half it.
Oh,
Was Oddity hit by that too?
No, you're far enough away. You're still back there.
All right.
So does this
Actually, you moved up to look at. Well, yeah, because you could do it from there. No, you dodge it completely.
Well, that's good news.
All right, I guess
Yikes.
well, I guess I could use absorb elements and again and absorb half of that. And so that's only 6 points of acid.
That's
damage.
from a spell though, right?
It's any actually one reaction which you take damage acid. So I guess not. So I'll take that back. So I want to spend it. So that's I'm not looking too well now.
And as you kind of stand up, Circes, you look over your shoulder, realizing this happens now. Deluge, you okay? Or are you down?
I'm good.
Okay. You notice, Circes, this
Yeah.
thin, snake-like figure flying through the air.
I will call it out and turn and see what's coming at us. Everybody, something, we're under attack again or something.
No, no, no. I think that isn't that Nightbreeze's snake?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Give me a perception check. The fog's kind of there, so I need to see where you guys roll. The DC's rather low.
12.
Uh, 23.
18.
Where is? That's what I was looking for. I see something really quick. Sorry, I didn't think I'd have to go to this yet. It's really bad when you forget the name of your pet. Just saying. It's real bad. Oh, what's my pet's name? It's something cool. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so you recognize that it's Sleet. And Sleet is kind of darting through the trees at a high rate of speed.
Okay.
And actually goes to Oddity. And Oddity, as you hold your hand out, he kind of wraps his body around your hands, up your arm a little bit, and opens a scroll from his mouth, from Nightbreeze. That says, "Come back to the house immediately."
Does immediately mean we can't take a short rest?
We're definitely not going to the lizard people, but yeah,
Right.
I think we should probably take a 5-minute breather. I need to put some bandages on.
Yes, indeed. I
Yeah.
think we all need to attend to our wounds. I can cast
Alright.
2 cure wound spells.
I can play a really good psalm.
And
Oh,
we can perhaps rest up a bit and heal that way.
By the way, Deluge, Oddity's gonna walk over to you and just like kind of lick her fingers at you a couple of times, and she's casting prestidigitation a couple of times, and then she's just gonna like half tackle hug you.
Oh dear. Is this a form of torture? Is this a form of punishment? Are you mad at me? Are you trying to crush my lungs? Are you actually gonna stab me? I'm very confused.
Okay, pat, and walk away, and just start bandaging herself.
That
I'll
didn't
come
answer
over to
any of my
Clover.
questions.
Oddity, do you have at least 5 hit points?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're walking over to do the prestidigitation, you hear the hiss from Sleet, and you look down at your arm, and starting with your middle finger, wrapping around like a ring, then around your wrist, then exactly where Sleet was, you now have a tattoo that looks just like Sleet. You take 1 point of hit damage, but your max HP is upped by 15.
Nice.
Wow. Sweet dude.
I'm badass.
You are badass.
Yes, dear, you're very, very
Now you're more
bad.
badder asser than before.
I guess Connor's like, oh, look, we cannot compare tattoos, and he shows off his runic spell component tattoos that he's got all over his
Yours is
arms.
dope.
And so,
Mine's cooler.
I can cast a couple of cure wounds.
Well, I'm gonna just,
I'm gonna take a quick breather.
Yeah, I'm
before
only
we
at
head
30,
back.
so I
Taking a
need
short
to,
rest.
Absolutely
if we're taking
fine.
a short rest, then I'm gonna play Psalm of Rest,
Go for it.
and everyone that is regaining hit points using one of your hit die, you get an extra 1d
Wouldn't be what?
1d6.
1d6.
Oh, nice.
All right,
You're
so
welcome.
I'm gonna use
Nice.
3 hit dice.
Yeah,
I'm using 3 as well.
I'm using 3 and that extra d6.
I'm just gonna use 2. I don't need that many. 2 with that d6. Thank you, Deluge.
You are welcome.
Do you add
And
your
so
con
for
bonus
every
when
dice,
you
you
do
get an
this, Mike?
extra
I
d6.
forget.
Believe so, yeah.
Cool.
And Deluge, was it a d6 per hit die used,
Let me
or
double
1d6?
that. It says, all my friendly creatures who can hear my performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more. Each of those creatures regains an extra 1. So I think it's just 1d6 overall, no matter how many hits.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Back to
that was good.
full.
I'm feeling feeling halfway better. I'm like halfway to feeling full. So
Let's see what.
I'm good for right now.
And Deluge, you happen to notice that you guys felt like you were gone for a really, really long time. When you got back, it seems as though some time has definitely passed. But you're the first one to really notice the fact that the sun is beginning to set.
We really need to get the fuck out of here, unless you want to stay in a swamp at night. I
No.
don't recommend it.
Nope.
Well,
Until
no matter
I-
how
Out
you
of the house.
no matter how you cut it, you know how long it's taking you to get here. It's gonna be well into nightfall by the time you get out.
Well, let's light torches and make our way back as quickly as we can.
Should we keep going until we find a safe spot and then, or at least a spot that we can secure and come out in the morning?
Well, I did say to come immediately.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think we should hoof it, hightail it out of here, and get back to the house.
I'm with Calder.
Okay.
I'm with not getting ever decision that.
All right. So you guys depart, drudging through the mire and the muck. For some, the welcome scent of the decaying moss and woods and just general life is pleasant. For others, it's starting to grow a little weary on you. And the sun sets behind the hills, and darkness begins to fall. As it gets darker, it's weird for you, Oddity. You know, you're feeling different. You're not feeling happy, right? You knew what happiness was at some point, but you're not feeling happy. But you're feeling, a little younger, a little more long in the stride, and you're seeing things in a different light. But maybe it's just your eyes. But that tattoo's beginning to glow. A lot. To the point that you don't really need a torch. In fact, you can kind of see about 60 feet away as though it were daylight. And you notice this at first and kind of pay it no mind, but it's something that's starting to bug you a little bit. Maybe you've tried a few things, walking up to, Deluge and maybe trying to make sure she's okay, and she doesn't seem to react any differently.
So it's just me that can see the difference. They can't.
Yeah, it's almost like you've got some power of an elf. It's kind of weird.
Okay. I just hand my torch off to someone else.
As it grows darker, you can see further. What's your guys' marching order? Or are you guys just kind of moving like a V or a line or just kind of abreast of each other?
I'd probably be comfortable being out front with a lit torch.
All right.
I'd be in the middle, because I don't have any dark vision. So I'd be following everybody else.
I
So,
think with Oddity's new self-confidence, she's probably gonna go forward and just kind of like striding along.
Okay.
And
Deluge is gonna be very terrified that Oddity is doing this and stick very close to her.
It's almost like a very narrow, like a kite shape, right? Like so you would have Cirrus's with Oddity and Deluge, and then Calder, kind of like that.
yep.
Yeah. Just making sure for the theater of the mind and how things work.
Trying to stay relatively dry-ish.
Okay. Are you keeping your eyes out as you walk?
Looking up, down, trying to be alert.
You can give me a perception check.
Let's see. That is a
What is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, 19.
19. Nothing that you can see seems to be in your way. You're being pretty mindful of the fact that you're in a swamp. You're trying to stay on the highest ground you can find, while looking out for any snares or traps or things along those lines. Because this is a highly hunted area and the area of lizard folk, for their food. You've already
Absolutely.
run into a crocodile and a troll and a bunch of bullywogs, so it makes sense. But you aren't really seeing much. You've made it about 3/4 of the way back, and I need all of you to do a Constitution save.
12 for oddity.
Okay.
20 for deluge.
Okay.
I have a 12.
Okay.
It's going to be an 11 for Calder.
All of you pass. You're starting to feel tired, but not exhausted yet.
I knew that.
The night is wearing on. You could hear the sounds of the swamp, the cicadas and the dragonflies darting about, and the small sounds, and all of you seem to notice it at once. The din, cacophony of sound that just seems to make its place within the swamp just seems to stop.
Guys,
That
yeah,
seems odd to me.
yeah, don't like this.
How far are we from the house?
Probably another hour.
I have to say, I think we should all be mindful, be extra alert, because if once the animals go quiet, there's usually something bigger out there.
Right. Be wary.
Well, I mean, we could just be scaring them, right?
Sure.
Okay, let's hope it's that. Let's hope it's that. Calder's gonna have his two axes out, like basically sitting them on his shoulder as he's walking along, and just being
my-
mindful of the surroundings.
Okay. Anybody else doing any additional checks?
Got my torch and my halberd.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a quick circle with the extra vision I have. Just give a very good look around.
Give me a perception check at advantage.
Where's my other one? 16.
Okay. Something's been through here recently. Not you.
There's I shall wait for everyone. Just look at these tracks.
What is it?
There's something else here. I don't
I'll
know
stop
how
and
long ago it was.
hold
I
it.
can't tell that. I just can just see the prints.
I'll hold the torch down over the prints, see if we can tell what it is.
Give me an investigation check.
That is a 4.
Let's say,
I don't see any prints here, oddity.
I guess I'll take a look too. I'll take a look as well.
I tell you, there's something here. What was here?
So investigation.
Yeah.
That's going to be an 11.
11. Deluge, are you doing one?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You have
also
advantage on
investigate-
yours.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll stand back up and keep an eye out as they're looking.
That's gonna be an 18 for me.
All right. So Calder, you see the footprints they're there. They're slight, but they're there. They're much larger than a human's, and you notice that the 5 points are somewhat connected. Within an instant of you looking, I'm going to butcher the hell out of the name, Shagwin. What does D&D Beyond tell me the name is said as?
Sahuagin.
Okay, thank you, D&D Beyond. You have no issue identifying to lose that this is a Sahuagin footprints.
Yeah, correct.
What is it?
Well, let me just rack my memory here.
I will send it in the chat, and I will. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, those are those guys. I'll let you explain it.
So, have you ever gone? I need to make sure that. Yeah, okay. You ever gone swimming and you thought you caught a fish, but really it's like a fish person that like sailors
Merman?
sing about and want to have sex with?
A mermaid?
Mermaid?
Quite. Not quite. It's a bit of a butterface.
So like a fish man?
Like a fish man, yeah. They're not
Are they
pleasant.
friendly? Dangerous?
Oh
Do they
no, they're
taste
not
good?
fun. They are not fun.
Well, then we had better be on our
Yeah.
best alert then. How many of them do you think there are? Do they run in groups? Do they... What do you know?
Well,
Roll me a percentile die.
100 of them are marching on the house.
Yeah.
40.
You can make out that there's roughly 30.
Around us?
No, just in the footprints.
So a team
Sorry, you
of
cut out
these...
there. Roughly how many?
30, 30.
Oh,
Team of these here fish people.
But here's what strikes you even more is you recognize these as being mostly sea or water dwelling. They kind of stick close. And yeah, you're in a swamp, but you're kind of far away from the coast.
Which
like-
direction are they heading? Can you tell?
They're heading
I don't
back the
know.
way that you guys came from.
Well, that's
well,
good.
they're heading back to the house, but I do know that they can't stay out of water very long. They have to submerge themselves at least every 4 hours or they suffocate. So they're kind of squishy, but at the same time, I wouldn't fuck with them. I just sort of steal their shit and leave, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
yeah. They
Yeah,
like to. I've seen them mostly around shipwrecks and in the sea, not this far inland. So
Better keep moving then.
more fuckery's about, and I can tell
Can
you
they
one
s-
thing: they're gonna see you before you see them.
I was just gonna ask, can they see in the dark? Perhaps we should put
Oh,
out this torch.
You bet your sweet bippy they can see in the dark.
Well, we if we want to draw their attention, I can really draw their attention.
Ooh, should I play a
So,
song?
Can you draw their
Well-
attention away from us?
Yeah.
Like that
Sort
might
of.
be a good idea, and then we can make a break for the house.
Well, I feel like they would have attacked.
Well, they just may not have seen us yet.
Yeah, I've heard tales of these creatures before as out while raiding, and yeah, they would have. I'm pretty sure if anybody's going to be attacking anybody, they would have done it while we weren't aware. So I think we should try to get back to the house, and because these if Delesia's correct and these print tracks are leading to the house, they might the night breeze and the guards there might not know what's coming.
Oh, if I'm correct, I know I'm correct. I know these things. I fuck with them all the
Mike.
time.
Well,
You said they're coming from the way we were coming from, which we were coming from deeper in the swamp.
Oh, you're going the same direction they are.
Okay.
so
I want
we'll
to
come up
clarify that.
behind them.
And then I had another question for the DM, and now I can't remember it. Oh well. Oh, as a soldier in the Waterdavian City Watch, would I be familiar with these at all?
You've heard of them.
Okay.
They haven't been around as much as of late.
But they're back now.
Maybe.
Well, Perhaps we should extinguish the torch and let those who can see in the dark lead us, and we'll make haste back to the house.
Question, by a show of hands, who can't see in the dark? So Oddity. Oddity would be leading us. Is that really what we want to do right now?
Well, I'd be right
Not
behind
that I
you.
don't trust you implicitly, but I don't think you should be leading us into possibly 30
Well,
ugly
I'd be right behind you. I just can't see in the dark very far.
Well, then how's that going to help us? Like, you could walk right into one and be like, "Oh, excuse me,
That's
sir,"
why I
and then
want
not know it's a fish
Oddity
person.
in the front, Deluge, and I'll be right behind her with my 10-foot helmet.
Yeah, but you
Actually, I
can
have a really good
fucking
idea.
see.
Oddity can see in the dark, my dear.
He can put his hand on the back of on my shoulder or something.
Oh, are you going to use his halberd to hit them? Because how's he going to fucking see
but
where
I'm
he's hitting?
short. His elbow.
I
Only
just
up to his
feel-
elbows.
The last thing I want is for possibly next to me the squishiest member in front.
Yeah, well, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. I'm the
Can
only one
use
that
the
can say,
torch.
unless you want me to make myself a beacon.
No, that seems like even worse a plan.
I'll extinguish the torch
Just-
while we're
oh,
talking.
just-
Who all has torches right now?
I think it was
Um,
just.
I don't know.
I think it was
Because I know
just.
I can just cast dancing light, so I figured I would have done that a while ago.
You would have had your anglerfish of lights.
Yeah, my little anglerfish.
Okay.
I would recommend we travel in the dark. It'll slow us down, but at least it won't draw as much attention.
It's single file then, like a conga line.
So are
Um,
you
And I can
dispelling
go right
your dancing
beside you,
lights?
Oddity.
Are you going to stop using dancing lights?
Guess.
Okay. So you extinguish the torch, cancel the spell. You all know well enough that it's going to take a little bit of time for your eyes to adjust. Well, everybody except for Oddity, that is. Oddity's fine. You can still see, not as far now that the light sources are gone, Oddity, but you can still see. In fact, you can see about 90 feet at this point. Then it turns gray for about 30 feet, and then, it's like a wall of black all around you.
Okay,
After,
Oddity, if we run into something, step behind me
will do.
and let me know what you see.
after about 5 or so minutes of standing there in the silence, start to hear the crocus and frogs. Maybe the dragonfly hissing by your ear. You can hear some leaves rustling. Sound slowly starts to come back. As your eyes adjust, the rest of you kind of think maybe your eyes are fucking with you a little bit. Seems to be this small glow coming from Oddity. Just her. Kind of like, like blacklight paint. Kind of like that idea. It's there, just on the exposed skin. So there's not much, her hands and her face, back of her neck when her hair's up or something like that. But
Oddity, do you notice it glowing a little bit?
you don't see the glow, Oddity.
No, I look normal.
Anybody else? I'll kind of look back at Deluge and Calder.
I mean, I've always
Well-
been radiant, but
Oh, I was
Well,
just gonna say that exact
You've always
phrase.
had that special glow.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about there, Circe. So,
I'm gonna ask possibly a question. And I hope you don't hit for it. I know you can't make any promises. Are you pregnant?
no.
Okay, never mind then. Because don't they say pregnant ladies glow or some shit?
I believe I've heard the expression, yes.
No, definitely not
I believe I've heard the expression. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Hmm.
heard it too, but yeah, I
Are you
don't
feeling
think
okay,
they mean it in
Auntie?
a literal sense.
I mean, so much weird shit has happened. I wouldn't be surprised if pregnant ladies started to glow. I don't know.
DM takes down ideas.
Mm, we should probably just
Keep moving.
keep moving.
Yeah, I think we
Are you,
should keep
are,
moving.
are you feeling okay?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. Lovely.
Okay.
Never better.
Very well. Let's keep moving. I'll let you know if you get any brighter.
All right.
Could be just me.
Okay. Sure.
I'll
All
get
right.
tired.
So, with that, the trope of you move forward, watching your step, moving much slower, much, much slower. For Audie, it's almost painstakingly slow because you can see exactly where to step, you know exactly where to go. You can see everything that's right in front of you, right behind you. Every once in a while, nobody gets hurt by it, but we'll say like each of you randomly will like trip over something that you couldn't see. It's that kind.
What was that?
Yeah, it's that kind
What
of
was
stuff,
that?
right?
Ah,
And so then everybody's got to stop and make sure everybody's okay. Then you guys regroup and you start moving as a very tightly knit group through the very dense now woods as you are coming out of the swamp.
Ah,
I've kind of got an idea, and I'm wondering how well it'll work. Where Oddity wears long skirts and her boots, if I cast light on my boots, like with their skirts kind of covering, would it give like just enough of a glow for them to be able to see the ground better, but not enough for something to see us?
I'll allow it at this time. So you guys can.
You're a lamp.
You guys know that movie, that Christmas movie with the lamp.
the leg. Yeah.
So as Oddity is stepping, you can see little,
Christmas story.
yeah, you can see little eminence of light underneath her skirt or underneath her dress as she's walking, as the skirt as it's moving along the brush and stuff like that. So you have a little bit better of a vision.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
That's what the spell's called, fragile. And you're able to make a little bit better of a time. But where you thought you were about an hour away, you guys have now been traveling for about 2 hours. And you're getting closer, but it's definitely not as fast. So I need everybody to do a con save, please.
I have a 12.
Dirty 20 for Oddity.
13. You
it's going to be a 22 for Calder.
Again, you guys are feeling the wear of, for you, what has been like 2 to 3 days worth of shit. And it's getting harder, much harder. Who rolled less than a 15?
Me.
Okay, you both have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
I'm gonna bamf out my Raven, just have him start flying about. Basically, act as a little bit of a forward scout. A little bit fly above the trees, above the swamps, above the canopies in the swamp. Just be a forward scout and all that. And also to have some extra company.
All right, not a problem. You continue moving, and I need a perception check from all of you.
See, I'm rolling at disadvantage now.
10 for Oddity.
So I guess would I be rolling at disadvantage too?
If you have level 1 exhaustion.
And it's also dark.
I have a 15. I rolled 2 14s.
I have a 9.
Okay.
That's gonna be. You said perception. It's gonna be a 6 for Calder.
Okay. Oddity, what was yours?
10.
You've noticed as you guys have been walking along Deluge, footprints are looking fresher. Even at your slow speed, starting to catch up. Off in the distance, Oddity, you can see two distinct light sources. We'll call one A and one B.
Mhm.
You know that one of those is the house that you're going for.
Mhm.
You don't know what the other one is. Which one would you like to head towards?
Well, the house, of course.
You don't, let me put it this way, you don't know which one of those is the house.
Oh.
How far are we from?
Hard to tell. Could be another half hour, could be another 45 minutes.
I'd like to do something. I think I
Yeah,
can do. Hang on a
I
minute here.
kind of want to stand still. I'm going to bring it to everybody's attention, but I'm going to stand still for a minute.
How far are we from the light?
As much as you three try to see it, can't.
All right. I'm.
She does her
gonna
best
try
to point and try to describe. Give me a performance check.
Me?
Yeah, let's see how well you describe these two light sources.
That would be a 16.
All right, so she describes it. Both of them look as though they are about the same distance away. One, and you guys are kind of splitting the fork, right? There's one a little bit to the left, one a little bit to the right. One looks a little more red, one looks a little more yellow. They're about the same amount. They're both uphill from where you guys are as you guys are leaving the mire still and going through the forest. That's kind of what you've got.
Okay. I'm going to touch my earring of whispers and see if I can message Night Breeze. Night Breeze, this is Ceasus. Can you hear me?
Some time passes, and you hear, yes.
Ah. So we're within 500 feet of you. We are in the woods, exiting the woods, and we fear there are some fishmen, a good 30 of them on the march ahead of us toward the house. We're below what we believe to be the house. We must be close if we're messaging.
We haven't seen anything here.
What color light is shining from the house? Is it more red or more yellow?
I mean, we've got the fire going, we've got candles lit. It's a mixture.
Oh, damn it.
Can I break in and ask how many forces are at the house?
We've got 5 guards here.
I believe there are 30 of these fish. What did you call them, Deluge?
Fish fuckers.
Fish fuckers.
Going to D&D Beyond again to get the pronunciation.
I
Sahuagin.
Sahuagin.
Sahuagin. Sahuagin. According to Matthew Mercer, it's Sahuagin.
Sahuagin.
We're going to say it wrong
Mercer
forever.
calls them Sahuagin. Breeze.
I haven't seen them in 10 years.
Well, we've been tracking a large group of them on our way back from the swamp.
You guys are still on your way back? I figured you'd be here by now.
We could see 2 lights. One is more red, one is more yellow, and we're not sure which one to head towards. And we're exiting the forest.
Well, just follow the sun.
I'm sorry. What? It's nighttime.
No, it's not.
They should be able to hear this because the
Yeah.
hearing
Yeah.
of whispers received
Yep.
passively.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Night Breeze, it's dark here in the swamp. It's nighttime. What sun are you talking about?
It's like 10 a.m. here. We've already had breakfast.
What the fuck?
This is a problem here.
Well,
Has
Should I send some
anything
scouts
about
out?
one of us?
I mean, I am quite tired, but dark and light are pretty obvious.
I'm gonna, as an action, I'm gonna since I got my raven out, I'm gonna like basically hold on to Sirius's shoulder, and I'm gonna basically jump into my raven's mind to see, as long as he's within 100 feet of me, basically see what he can see. What do
I'll
I,
hold Calder up.
what do I see through my my raven's eyes?
It looks like darkness, and then there's this ever-present wall you guys have been walking towards.
And so it's like with him flying like above the trees, does he see? Does the wall continue?
How high up do you want him to fly?
We'll go 98 feet in the air above me.
Yeah, because
so that way I
his
can
limit's
tell-
100, right?
Yeah, it's 100
Okay.
that I can.
He makes it about 60 feet up, and you see a bright flash of light, and the connection is severed.
Huh. Now, do I feel him like that I lost him, or do I just
Yes.
like he died?
Like
He
you,
died, or
you've lost him. Not that he. It's a weird, weird fucking feeling.
but it's not.
Like when your arm falls asleep. It's not like you've lost your arm. You know it's still there, but it's not.
All right, all right. So I sh- okay. There's something going on here because I know my Raven's not dead, but I can't jump. I can't feel him. I can't jump into him. There's something around us, surrounding us here.
What the hell's going on?
Um,
Let's see.
how far out do I see that wall?
You can't see the wall.
I thought I could.
You can see. Well, it's like the wall. Oh yeah, so that's it'd be maybe 90 feet out in front of you, and it really hasn't gotten any better.
Deluge, can you do me a favor?
Depends.
I'm gonna go about 20 feet back, because again, I can see. And you're just gonna go in a straight line for a while, okay? And to the DM, do I still have that sword?
You do.
I've had the sword on me for a while now. Is there, like, do my arcana senses sense anything about the sword, or is it just a sword?
It's just a sword for now.
Okay.
You need a full rest.
All right. So I'm gonna walk back about 30 feet from the group, and I'm kind of gonna direct Deluge to walk 60 feet forward.
All right. Which way are you watching her walk away?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, I'll walk.
All right. You can't really see anything, Deluge, so this is gonna get really difficult for you.
Alright, let's do this.
All right. I need a dex. You can do a dex check every 10 feet.
Okay. First X. Natural 20.
Okay. That saves you for the next two. So do another one. So you've walked about 20 feet out, so you guys are about 50 feet apart.
He's got another natural 20.
Okay.
I love
No, that's
that.
good. That's good. So as you walk further and further, you feel more and more alone. The silence comes over the woods now. Just for you. You've walked about 50 feet away. You turn around and look over your shoulder because you're feeling uneasy. Not scared, because, you don't get scared. But you're kind of like, this is kind of fucked up. And you turn around and you look and really can't see anything. And you turn back around, and 10 feet in front of you is Oddity.
Question.
As she says question, Oddity, you hear her voice appear behind you. You turn around and you see her.
How the fuck does that just happen?
Fuck. Okay. Something's going on. I don't know who this is on, but one of something's on the go.
So is it possible that we haven't really moved anywhere?
Well,
That we
I
move
don't-
ahead and it just keeps resetting us back,
But
we're
the
trapped in a bubble,
like
or
we're in a bubble.
unless
the
there's like a
the
bubble
footprints
of
kept getting fresher.
darkness on us.
Then perhaps something is in a bubble with us. But then how are we? How can? Because the range, the earring only has certain range.
So we got to be within 500,
500
of
feet.
the house.
I kind of want to try something. I'm
Huh?
going to hand
I'm
the
open
bag
to
of
ideas.
holding and sword and a few other things like the odds and ends that I have over to
Okay.
Circes,
Take them.
and I'm going to cast Radiant Soul. So I'm basically gonna become, because of her huge glasses, her eyes are gonna become like headlights, and there's gonna be a giant set of golden wings that come out from behind her, and she's gonna launch herself up into the air.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go up as high as I can.
Okay. So your wings sprout. There's the usual feeling of a little bit of pain and discomfort as that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You lift up off the ground and you fly. You can feel the sticks and the branches and the leaves passing by you as you flap your wings harder and harder, and you fly up and up. You feel like you've been flying for a good minute. You look down. There they all are, right below you. Maybe
Okay,
30
good.
feet, maybe 60, somewhere in there. You keep pushing and pushing, pushing for about another 30 seconds or so. And
Do I
there,
see the house or
this,
anything farther out?
no. You see the trees, the ground, the swamp, and your party members still 30 or so feet below you. Much as you try to fly up, much as you expend, you're not gaining any real ground.
If I put my hands out like ahead of me, above me, can I feel anything, or is it just nothing?
You feel nothing. In fact, it feels extremely cold. So cold that you draw your hands back and gasp just a little bit. You look at the tips of your fingertips, and there's a little bit of frost across the tips of your fingers.
Okay. I'll come back down.
It's a very short flight.
I'm gonna keep the wings and the radiant eyes out for as long as possible.
Okay.
So I went as high as I could, and I couldn't get any farther than like 30 feet above you all. I should be able to reach much farther than that.
It's like we're in
And
some kind of bubble.
yeah, I think it is. And she's gonna put out her fingers, and you can see the frost beginning a frostbite on the tips of her fingers. I
My
couldn't,
goodness.
and if there's a barrier, I couldn't get through it. Um, we're in the middle of something. Um, I
So I wonder then if, hey, Night Breeze, can you look out toward the forest or send some guards down and maybe you could see? It seems like we're trapped under some kind of a dome, a bubble of some kind of field.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have Rogelio give directions, and we'll get some people out that way right away.
So it's very strange. Now keep an eye out for those fish lizard things.
We will. We
Fish
will.
fuck, fish fuckers, I believe.
The fish
They're what
fuckers.
they call
Yes.
them. Yes. That's what the hell.
Yeah, this is most definitely most odd.
Did we take the troll's weird amulet with us?
didn't take it.
Okay, so that's
Probably got destroyed by that acid.
After about 5 or 10 minutes or so, you guys wanting to move, or you guys just staying still?
Well, if we move, we're just gonna end up behind Oddity again.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
Well, but we've been moving this whole time. We've come out
They've
of the
been moving
swamp.
for a
We got-
couple of hours at this point.
I guess
But
we
it's
should
like
keep
we
going
got a
then.
bubble around us. But now that they're coming, I'm kind of curious if we should stay where we're at. Like, are we where we think we are?
Only thing I can think of is unless this bubble's centered on Oddity, with Oddity being the center, because Delige, you started walking away and then you ended up right back behind
Oddity.
Oddity. So if we keep Oddity, Miss Oddity in the middle of us, and we just keep walking, obviously this bubble's probably gonna travel with us, and we could possibly make ground because we're obviously within 500 feet of the house.
Oddity, did you take anything out of the Crazy Wizard's tower?
And she'll pull up a sword. This came with me. It wasn't by choice.
I believe that's how we got out of there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of open to basically
Right,
cut through
right.
it.
I'm gonna cast Identify on that thing.
Cool.
What in Lathander's light is going on here?
What did I say that it was? I already put it in your inventory, right, Oddity? Or, yeah, right? It's already in your inventory, I think.
I didn't think there was. Let's see.
A sword of bubble trapping.
No, there's nothing in my inventory.
Okay. I think there's a good reason for that. I was anticipating somebody not being here. So, as you cast Identify, you start to see the runes fly around the sword. Start to make out the fine edge. You can see the material that it's made of, the smithing that went behind it, the forging, the hours, the blood, the sweat, the tears. You start to get the glow of something weird. It's a weird color. It's a weird school. It's starting to coalesce and starting to make sense. And as that happens, before you have a moment to think about it, which you'll remember in just a little bit, somewhere behind all of you, there's a loud
Well, I'm gonna turn
And-
around.
you hear the heavy footsteps through the fire emanating from Oddity, coming up from the darkness. You see a old black dragon, dark purple eyes, tail flicking. In common, you hear, "You've been walking around my lair, see."
Well, Your Eminence, I do apologize for that. We just thought we were in your most hospitable swamp here.
Yes, it's where I come to rest.
It is quite lovely.
And as the dragon moves through, you see that there's more than one head. You see a red dragon's head. You then see a green dragon's head. You then see a blue dragon's head.
Xerxes may have peed down his leg right there.
Finally, coming into view, is the telltale white dragon's head. The blue head looks at you and says, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Fuck if we know, dude. Can we
We were
go?
just leaving.
Did we all
Just-
die and go to like
Where?
one of the planes of hell?
Where's here exactly? Are we in the abyss?
The white head looks at you and says, "We've been here a long time. But somehow, you found us."
Well, I can assure you, we were not looking for you. Not that that matters, because here we are.
We have no qualms with you right now. We are just trying to make our way back home.
The green head looks at you as you say that, snapping its jaws and licking its lips, and says, "Do you know who I am?"
Well, I
I would-
rolled a 5.
Would we know all like the? This is out of character. This is the DM. Would we all know what?
Yeah,
Would we all know who
Yeah.
Tiamat is?
yeah.
I feel like Circe would know who the hell.
Circe is
talking.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's who this is.
But
So-
she looks
Yeah, I
older
don't
and she
understand.
looks meaner.
What I don't understand is how it came to be here.
Yeah, we know you are the almighty Tiamat. We just don't know how we've ended up in your presence.
The black head lithely looks at you. Well, if you found a way in, that means there's another way out.
Fuck.
Is this really how, like, the world's gonna end because of us? Like, why us? What the fuck did I do?
So does Circe would know what plane Tiamat lives on, right?
There's a lot. So, give me a wisdom.
That is a 14.
So, in Crania world, some adventurers may have made some brash decisions that have changed things a little bit, and he's rightfully had to change history slightly. So, as far as you know, yes, Tiamat was conquered the second time and banished, but there's a lot of different schools that say she went to different places. Some say that she was outright destroyed and will never be a problem again, and there's some that say she was banished back to hell, and some that say that she was somehow pulled somewhere, waiting to attack a third time.
Well, my heavens.
Thinking about where they were and what I felt like when they got out of there. Does Oddity still feel like she's in the same realm?
No. But here's something you do notice. As Tiamat slowly moves closer, the trees, swamp, the ground around her erode from the facade that they are and become rocks and crags and obsidian.
Fuck. We're in hell. Somehow we're on a plane of hell.
I'm kind of moving backwards, trying to herd everybody into one spot. Like grabbing Circe's armor, pushing Deluge, grabbing Spears. Kind of just gonna all one spot.
Well, I wish I could say how we got here. I mean, you must know as a paladin of Lathander, I wouldn't dream of thinking I could deceive the great Tiamat.
Why couldn't I have bamfed
And
out of here with Exandria?
and in your well, you decided to show up this week. uh, in your head, you hear one of the voices say, "And paladins make great snacks to ancient beasts sometime."
I hadn't read that, but I'm sure a person in your position might see things that way, but I hope and pray that it doesn't come to that.
At this point, I do need all of you. She is close enough that I need the con save, please.
Dragon Fear?
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, 3.
20.
11.
It's gonna be a 17.
Why does the bronze dragonborn have to have dragon fear? That's just embarrassing.
Well, you guys definitely feel you're already scared, right? And as she gets closer, her presence is definitely much worse. You've heard, and some of you have even seen dragons, right? They exist. They're a thing. She's really fucking big. It bewilders your mind. It makes you, even if you're a 7 foot tall dragon, you feel small. You feel that chill on the back of your neck as the scales or hair, whichever it may be, stand up. You are definitely feared for at least the next minute or so. She's trying to keep her distance, though. All of you notice this. Because she may know that it's a thing. The black head looks at all of you and says, "So, you don't know how you got here?"
No.
So do we have the condition fear?
Uh,
Frightened?
yes, with the exception of the fact that you're not compelled to run away from. You're kind of
Okay.
frozen in place, if that makes sense. You're able to communicate.
And willingly move closer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the frightened condition.
Yeah.
Just adding conditions to my condition.
Yeah.
Just dropped in to see what condition your condition was in.
That's the one. Yes. Thank you for that.
Alright.
The blue head says, "Well, maybe we need to shed some light on the situation." And lets out a roar. Well over your heads, blue and white lightning fills the air. You're startled. It is bright. It is really bright. And you look all around you, and nothing is as it appeared. The footprints are not there. The ground is not covered in leaves and grass. It is nothing but rocks and crags. The sky above you is nothing but a void of stars way off in the distance. For a brief moment, all of you can see this small, floating island out in the abyss that you are stuck on. The 2 lights off in the distance are instantaneously visible to all of you. Small little torches of light.
Alright, so we are on a plane of hell. Awesome.
And the white head kind of looks at you and says, "No, hell is, hell would be a wonderful respite from this forsaken place."
Then your mighty eminence, T-Mat, then where exactly are we? if we may so beseech you.
The greenhead laughs. Fucked if we know.
How long have you been here?
Ever since that day, they tried to bring me back. I made it past those bastions of hell. I fought. They sent me here. At least it's not the prison that hell was.
So, Deluge, did you like as like a? I'm gonna try to that the earrings. So, can they? Do we have to speak, or can we?
You have to touch it. You have to touch it to speak. Touch it and speak. It works like a walkie-talkie.
But do I have to say it out loud, or
Yes.
can I take it? All right. I guess I kind of I'll step closer to Deluge and kind of whisper. It's like, what did you find out about that sword?
I don't know. What did I find out about that sword?
It is definitely got some transmutation.
Uh
And hold on one second.
huh.
I'll be there in a second. And oh, not that. Jeez. Stop giving me Rick and Morty stuff. Blah 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 blah.
I'm basically holding it behind.
You also picked up that it's chaotic evil.
Oh ho! How delightful.
It's made of adamantium. And let's see, I said transmutation and evocation. As you say, you know, what did you find what that sword's made of? You see the white dragon veer its head directly at you. It moves its neck with a speed that you were not prepared for. It gets its snout about 15 feet away from you and whispers to you in Nightbreeze's voice, "What fucking sword?" And all of you hear it through your earpieces.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not
Oh.
fair at all.
Well, at least we've answered that enigma.
That's me on the.
That's not playing fair there.
I mean,
If
as far as I'm
dragons could
concerned,
smile, at least 3 of them crack one at this point. And it scares the fuck out of you. Give me a Constitution save.
17.
All right.
22.
20.
22 for oddity.
Okay. You guys are fine. Your gut kind of tightens up a little bit. You go, oh, shit. Don't think I'd ever see a dragon smile. Got it.
Oddity's taking out her cards and just starting to shuffle them from nerves.
The black one kind of looks at you and he says, ooh, what are those?
My tarot card.
Ooh, do you know how long it's been since I've had a reading?
I didn't know the Almighty.
And the white one kind of perks up a little bit and says, the last time we got a bad reading, she was delicious.
I'm just gonna go away.
And no. I'd like for you to do one.
Oddity's
I'll come back to you on that one while you get ready for
Claire's regretting this deeply.
it.
No, It's like, guys, the only thing I can think of is that sword. That sword got us out of that tower, and it probably brought us here. That sword's got to be the key to us getting out of here.
Two of them say at the same time, "What tower?"
I need to work on my whispering.
Yeah, a little fucking bit.
Can I take a closer look at the tattoo?
You absolutely can.
Is it still a sea priestess's serpent thing?
It absolutely is. It's hurting a little bit, but it absolutely is.
Or anyway, I can no, I won't release him. I'm afraid he'd die.
You can certainly try.
Okay. I'm gonna fill some magic into the tattoo to see if I can get it to release.
Nothing really happens. However, the red head whips around and looks at you and just glares at you. It moves its neck closer, closer, peering at your arm. And in that moment, she's about 20 feet away from you. Your arm hurts really, really bad. You feel a cold sting as the snake uncurls from your arm, removing 5 hit points from you. Your 15-point cap is gone, or 15-point bonus is gone. And there's a brilliant flash of vibrant purple light. And as your eyes begin to correct, you hear, "I'm coming back." You find yourselves standing over the body of a troll in a swamp.
What?
The troll that you guys killed?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I hate this Groundhog Day bullshit.
Is the tattoo still there?
Now it is, yes.
Am I able to call back my raven, or is my...
You look up and your raven is flying around in circles.
Huh. This is not good, guys. Yeah, this changes some things. Yeah.
Should have just stayed a fucking pirate, man.
Yeah. It looks like we might have just brought the third coming of Tiamat about on the world again.
Oh,
What's
well,
this
no.
we? I didn't say anything. I didn't do shit. I didn't touch anything there. No. I'm not part of this anymore. It's bullshit.
You were there. You were complicit.
No.
Off in the distance, you guys can hear a cart, some horses, and Rogelio calling out, "Guys? Guys, where the fuck are you? Guys?"
Over here. Where have we been? This whole fucking time.
Across the small stream to your guys' west, you see 2 horses pulling a flatbed cart with Rogelio driving the team. "Guys, Nightbreeze sent for you 3 days ago. Why are you still here?"
Ooh. Yeah.
It's gonna be a tale, and we're gonna need a lot of ale and beer to tell it. So let's just
Did
get our
you
asses on
or
the
did
wagon.
you
Could
not?
we get a ride, please?
That's why I'm
Yeah.
here.
Wait, where's... You got bamfed away by a wizard lady. What happened with that?
Yeah, her and Nightbreeze had a huge fight. There's a bunch of shit going on back in town. We got a bunch of people showing up at the house that are here for jobs. We got a lot of shit to do, and I've been sitting out here with Nightbreeze breathing down my fucking neck, talking into my earpiece every 15 fucking minutes, asking where the hell you guys are.
Yeah,
We're
well,
right
let's get
here.
on this wagon and drive us back to the house, and we'll discuss this when we get there. Because I think we all need a little bit of rest, a little bit of food, and
And Simon and Salem.
seriousness, might need a change of clothes. And so let's get back to the house. I think that's going to be our best course, and once we get some food and rest, then we'll decompress and
Well, come on, guys. Get on. We ain't got all day.
I'll hop up
Wait.
on the cart.
I don't know if I 100% trust this for Helio. What am I thinking right now?
I have a bucket of fish for you in the back of the cart.
Let's get on the cart, guys. Come on, we don't have all day. Chip, chop, chip. We got places to be, people to see, business to do.
Y'all get on the cart?
Man, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm already on the cart.
All right. So you guys load on the cart, and in much less time, you guys make it back to the clearing that is the property of your house. You notice that a lot of work has been done in what now feels like a week to you guys. You can see that windows have been replaced, sidings getting painted or rehung, doors are being fixed and fastened with new locks. There's been a little Rogelio commissioned a little commemorative little flower bed right next to the well that says Deluge once jumped here. And there's workmen, there's guards, and there's a slew of people with papers in hand ready to be interviewed. Become part of Misfortune's glory. And with that, dear audience and dear players, we will end this evening. Look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Hopefully we can get back on track. I know that, Wiley, you said you're out for a month of Saturdays, right?
Yeah, I'm hitting a busy Saturday stretch here.
It's okay. We'll do our
There we go.
best. If anything, what we can do, Wiley, I'll talk to you about it off stream. I got an idea.
Yeah.
But in the very near future, we will be interviewing the tag-alongs for Misfortune's Glory in an episode to come, and try to figure out what the fuck has been happening,
Good
because
fucking question.
everything is awesome. You guys, everything is fine. You guys have everything that you want to say before we go out?
That was crazy.
that was interesting, to say the least.
I don't think even Deluge is insane enough to deal with this stuff. I don't think even she can handle it. Yeah. This is a lot.
I do my best.
Jesus Christ.
Anything from you, Oddity?
No.
No. All right. Much loved, you all. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and I'm going to launch a raid, so hang tight. We're going to find somebody awesome playing D&D to raid, and we will see you again next time. Until then, take it easy.